Kennedy's classification. Class 1 states that bilateral edentulous area located posterior to the remaining natural. These are the posterior area on bilateral side. Class 2 states that unilateral edentulous area located posterior to the remaining natural teeth. This is the edentulous area which is located on the single side. Class 3 states that unilateral edentulous area with the natural teeth remaining on the anterior and posterior side. This is the edentulous area in which there is adjacent teeth present in anterior and posterior teeth. Class 4 states that single bilateral edentulous area which crosses midline located anterior to the remaining natural teeth. This is Applegate modification of Kennedy's classification. He divided this into class 5 and class 6. Class 5 states that edentulous area which bounded by anteriorly and posteriorly by natural teeth, but the anterior abutment is not suitable for support. See, basically this is a class 3 situation, but the anterior abutment cannot be used for support. This is class 6 in which edentulous area in the teeth adjacent to the space are capable of total support of required processes. This denture hardly requires any tissue support. Most of the RPDs are tooth supported. Hence, this condition is classified as a separate group. Coming to Applegate rule. In Applegate rule, there is 1 to 8 rules. Rule 1 states that classification should follow rather than precede extraction that might alter original classification. Here, the classification should be followed if we have to extract the teeth which is periodontally weak or any other reason. After extraction, the classification should be based on remaining teeth and the new edentulous spaces, not the original dental situation. Rule 2 states that if third molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in classification. If a patient has a missing third molar and didn't plan to replace it with partial denture, then you can ignore that space. Rule 3 states that if third molar is present and it is to be used as an abutment, it is considered in classification. If a third molar is sound tooth, then it will be used to support the denture. So it is treated in classification as per Rule 3. Rule 4 states that if second molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in classification. It is also applicable in which the opposing second molar is also missing. Rule 5 states that the most posterior edentulous area always determines the classification. This is the most posterior edentulous area which is indicated by the purple rectangle. This determines the classification. Rule 6 states that edentulous area other than those determine the classification are referred to as modification space. These spaces has to be defined by number. This is the modification space. Rule 7 states that the extent of modification is not considered, only the number of additional edentulous space. So it doesn't matter if modification space has missing 1 tooth, 5 tooth or many tooth, but it's still considered as a single modification space. Rule 8 states that there can be no modification space in class 4 arches. This is Kennedy's class 4, and any edentulous area lying posterior to the single bilateral area determines the classification. In this situation, the most posterior edentulous area must determine the classification, other than which is Kennedy's class 4 or not.